Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Hentges with Beyond the Chart, and in this technical analysis of the stock market video, we're going to take a look at the S&P 500, the FTSE 100, and why I think the UK is probably going to leave the European Union. And then we're going to look at Apple, Alibaba, and Facebook, so stay tuned. Okay, so let's start off here with the S&P 500, the SPX. On a daily basis, it was down 6.7 points on Friday. So we had this reversal type bar. Let me zoom in a little bit. Reversal type bar on Thursday. We did not get any follow through and we pulled back. Now this is an inside down candle on Friday. But Thursday had a pretty good break of this trend line in here. So I'm still suspecting that that is the case and that's where it wants to go. So we'll be watching for fall through Monday, Tuesday. Let's take a look on a weekly basis, and you can see here's the long-term trend, the uptrend line from the 2009 low. And we've broken that a ways back, and here's the wave count I still have. The blue is the preferred count, and it's the count that I'm still holding. We have not pushed to new highs at this point. So, one of these is going to give out. Either the February low or the all-time highs is going to give out, and it's going to tell us for sure and confirm the direction of which way we're going. The red is my alternate count. So right now, if you zoom in and look at this on a weekly basis, this just closed below the range of the last 2 weeks, and it's the lowest close of the last 4 weeks. So it may be getting ready to turn. Let's take a look at the UK on a weekly basis. Look when it smashed through the uptrend line from 2009 low all the way back here in 2014 time frame. And now we're in a pretty solid downtrend on a weekly basis here with the FTSE 100, which is the main key index over there for the United Kingdom. And the way it broke down this week below all of this consolidation that was going on, it just looks pretty negative to me. It looks like I think this is sending the message that the UK is going to pull out of the European Union. And that vote is coming up on Thursday, so that's going to be absolutely critical. The market's going to be totally keyed for what's going on that day. And remember, they're like 6 hours ahead of the United States. All right, so that's the quick and dirty on the markets. Let's take a look at the VIX. You can see we had the explosion this week in the VIX. I had alerted folks the previous week that something looked like it was up because the market, was just, this was acting a lot stronger than the market was indicating. And then we got this explosion. We had 1, 2, 3 days above the 20 range, and now we're just still kind of hanging. Again, this reversal bar, no real strong fall through, just a little doji candle on Friday. So the VIX is still very elevated and looks like it's wanting to stay that way right now. Let's take a look at 3 key indicators, ETFs that we look at. Here's the SMH on a weekly basis. You can see, again, this week, we've pulled down, we closed below, just like the other indices, just like I just showed you on the SPX. We closed below the trading range of the last 2 weeks, and it's the lowest weekly close. It could be getting ready to turn down. These trend lines are longer-term trend lines. Okay, so this is the one from the bottom, touch point here, back up, and you can see how we broke it in August, came back up above it, and then came back down, touched again. This trend line here is a little shorter term one, but again, we come down, they'll be looking for that to break should we continue to come back down. Now this has acted recently a little stronger than some of the other key ETFs, so the first signs of weakness I think just showed up this last week. Now the home builders are a little bit weaker because you can look at the break that's occurred with this trend line. And it looks like we're kind of putting in a little bit of a top, and we had this pullback, and now same thing. We got a close here below the range of the last 2 weeks, this reversal bar of the previous week, and the lowest close of the last 4 weeks. So similar type scenario, closing below the 10-week moving average here again. And so, there's a shot that this, if it's going to break down, it's, the next key point has got to take out this low of 32.46. So the home builders are looking weaker than the semiconductors, and then the financials are also looking, we're looking a little weaker. And look at how the close here occurred below not just the last 2 or 3 weeks, but this is a weekly close that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Closed below the close of the last 9 weeks and the trading of the last 2 months. So pretty weak on the financials, the banks and the other financial companies. So looking for this to continue to roll on over. It did not get and push to new highs in here. So that's the picture on the financials. All right, let's take a look at start off with Apple. And Apple continues to play out to my picture right now. We are in corrective mode from a big all-time high top up here, and we are in corrective mode. I'm expecting this to go through major correction right now. I've got A, B, and we're working a C down, which means 5 waves. And right now, Apple continues to play out on that. Very negative close on Friday, big down day on Friday. We got the moving average cross in here. So right now, Apple continues to play out to the downside, and that's what I'm expecting. The next one is Alibaba. And Alibaba, I'm also expecting, we got the 21 to close. It's now trading below the 55, just ever so slightly. So we've got the 10 below the 21, below the 55. So those moving averages are aligned, to the downside. Although this is a little more of a sideways push. This looks like it's putting in a short-term top in here. But the longer-term picture on Alibaba also looks like we're doing a little more of a complex correction going on. But I think we've got an A, B, and we're working a C wave down, which C wave should be 5 waves. And so that's why I'm expecting the next move to be to the downside. And you can see this close back below the 10 here on Friday, kind of negative. I mean, it got a chance to kind of push to the high side, and it didn't want to do it. So now I'm looking for this to come on down and break this little neckline area. This looks a little bit like a head and shoulders pattern to me. So we get a break of this trend line, and this is going to put in a pretty good little move, I believe. And then the last one we'll take a look at is Facebook. Now Facebook, I really thought was going to make another push up here in this 5th wave in the high. Because I think we have an ending diagonal going on here. This is the 5th primary wave up also. It did not get there, and it's rolled over. It's breaking this trend line of this diagonal, which is pretty negative. Now, we still got the 21 above the 55, so I'm not quite ready to be, jumping in with puts yet. I think it's going to get a lot more negative when it breaks below this low right here, 106.3. But right now, this picture looks like this entire move is ending. And I'm looking for this to start breaking down. And we got this big, huge gap here that doesn't close until you even get to the high of 108.94. So the picture's starting to get a little more negative on Facebook. All right, that's it for today. If you felt like this video was helpful, please share it, hit the like button, and if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button also. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, a great Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Talk to you on the next video.